The Boston Celtics have been struggling as of late, and a lot of fans are confused and frustrated. Just managing to stay around 500 after losing 7 of their last 10, this is the same Celtics team with 2 guys on the All-Star team who also went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Sure, they lost to the Heat, but this was still a team on the rise. A core of young stars with a veteran at point and a solid rotation in their front court. When center Enes Kanter left in the offseason, Boston brought in Tristan Thompson, and in the draft they picked Aaron Naismith at 14 and Peyton Pritchard at 26. The Celtics got off to a good start at 7-3, but then had 3 games postponed due to COVID tests from 8 of their players, including both Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. This loss of momentum was exactly when the accumulation of the Celtics' problems all came together. Kemba Walker is probably my favorite college basketball player ever. As a UConn fan, watching the 11-day winning streak is something every fan will remember, led by the little man with the big heart. Now, however, in his 9th year, we're starting to see the beginning of his regression. Statistically, his points, assists, and shooting percentages are down from last year, which was down from his peak in the 18-19 season. With the eye test, you can tell Kemba isn't 100% out there. He's always been a mid-range god, cardiac Kemba, unguardable. Now, he lost his touch with the fadeaway from the free throw line. He didn't start the season until January because of a knee injury which required surgery. With that in mind, he clearly isn't 100%. So my question is, why play at 50% when you could rest and come back after the All-Star break? In my mind, as sad as it would be great for the Celtics to move Kemba right away before the trade deadline. Get somebody young or cheap, because right now there is a good amount of depth at point guard. Peyton Pritchard has been playing at a much higher level than getting drafted 24th would suggest, and with Marcus Smart and Jeff Teague, the Celtics can afford to deal Kemba away for the right price. Maybe you look at draft picks for the future or something right now, but clearly, Kemba isn't doing it anymore. The other big problem for the Celtics right now is the management of Danny Ainge and the coaching of Brad Stevens. With Brad, it just feels like he hasn't changed or taken any new steps as a coach. He's been the same guy since he transitioned from college to the NBA in 2013, and it doesn't look like he plans to change anytime soon. There's nothing a coach can do to add points to the board. A basketball coach is there to draw up plays, defensive schemes, and to get the players locked in and hyped up. It's an auxiliary position, outside of the game. With Brad, the Celtics have lost the Eastern Conference Finals 3 of the past 4 years. Because the Celtics have had more than enough talent, I would say in the 2018 and 2020 roster. Brad has just been unable to bring more out of the guys in crucial situations. A regular game, a player can go out there and not think much about it, but in the playoffs, sometimes they need a little bit of extra motivation. It just feels like so much time and potential have been wasted already. Given to Brad Stevens that the Celtics franchise is never going to get back, does keeping him as a head coach make sense? Or would a new head coach maybe yield better results, especially in the playoffs? Danny Ainge is much the same problem, a GM who just makes the wrong moves at the wrong time. Bringing in Kyrie Irving, who ended up being a cancer for the franchise, only to replace him with an aging Kemba. I will say that Danny Ainge has drafted well, bringing in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Excellent acquisitions, but look at how long ago that was. These guys are already 4 and 5 years into their deals. It feels like a franchise that's resting on its laurels instead of trying to make moves into the future. This will be the disappointing year that will either lead to change or more of the same for Celtics fans by the end of the season. The Celtics are at a crossroads. Hold the line and struggle to make the playoffs, or make a big move before the trade deadline and look towards next year instead. No matter what they do, the East is screwed no matter what, because the Nets are going to own it for at least the next 2 years, maybe longer. So it might be better for Boston just to look at a long-term approach and accept that they're not going to be winners for the foreseeable future. If you made it this far in the video, I would just like to say thank you. Your view means everything to me. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I just want to thank you for watching and allowing me to continue to make content like this. Have a great day.